Bill Gates, India offers optimism, has proven it can take on huge challenges. But India showed that every answer was wrong. In his blog, Mr. Gates said, "There is no better proof than the amazing progress India has made." Bill Gates, co-founder of Microsoft and co-chair of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, wrote in his blog, Gates notes that India gives hope for the future and showed that it can solve big problems at once even when the world is facing multiple crises. Bill Gates wrote in his blog that he thought the world could make progress on a lot of big problems at once with the right innovations and delivery channels, even when the world was facing multiple crises. Usually, people told him, there isn't enough time or money to solve both at the same time. But India showed that every answer was wrong. In his blog, Mr. Gates said, "There is no better proof than the amazing progress India has made. I have hope for the future because of India as a whole. It is about to become the most populous country in the world, which means that most problems can't be solved there without being solved on a large scale. And yet, India has shown that it can deal with big problems. The country got rid of polio, cut down on the spread of HIV, reduced poverty, lowered infant mortality, and made it easier for people to get to clean water and financial services," he added. The co-founder of Microsoft also said that India has a world-leading way of thinking about innovation that makes sure solutions get to the people who need them. When the rotavirus vaccine, which protects against the virus that causes many cases of diarrhea that end in death, was too expensive for every child to get, India decided to make its own vaccine. India worked with experts and funders, like the Gates Foundation, to build factories and set up large-scale delivery systems to get the vaccines to people who needed them. By 2021, 83% of 1-year-olds will have been vaccinated against rotavirus, and these low-cost vaccines are already being used in other countries around the world, Mr. Gates said. Bill Gates said this about the money it gave to the Indian Agricultural Research Institute, IARI, in Pusa. The Gates Foundation worked with the Indian government and CURE institutions to help researchers at IARI do their jobs. They came up with a new solution, chickpea varieties that grow better in drought and have yields that are more than 10% higher. One kind is already available to farmers, and the institute is working on making more. So, India is better able to keep feeding its people and helping its farmers even though the world is getting warmer. It's not a stretch to say that a field in Pusa is where India's agricultural future is growing right now. We don't yet have all the tools we need to solve problems like climate change, hunger, and health, which makes them seem impossible to solve. But I'm hopeful that we will soon, thanks in part to researchers at IARI who are coming up with new ideas, he added. Also, Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared a blog post by Gates that was in one of the media outlets. Mr. Gates also said in his blog that he is going to India next week to see the work that innovators and entrepreneurs are doing. Some people are working on breakthroughs that will help the world deal with the effects of climate change. For example, Breakthrough Energy fellow Vidyut Mohan and his team are working in remote agricultural communities to turn waste into biofuels and fertilizers. Others are coming up with new ways to help people adjust to a warmer world, like IARI's work to make crops that can handle drought better. I'm excited to see the progress that both the Gates Foundation and Breakthrough Energy's amazing partners are already making. Bill Gates said, "India has a limited amount of resources, just like every other country on Earth. But it has shown us that even with that limitation, the world can still move forward. By working together and trying new things, the public, private, and philanthropic sectors can turn small amounts of money and knowledge into large amounts that can be used to make progress. I think we can fight climate change and improve global health at the same time if we all work together," he added.